because a lot of learners they just read and consume content, but they don't speak. So that impacts their practice and speaking capabilities definitely. So I always suggest that you can speak, you must speak as much as possible so that you gain that fluency, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no matter how much content we consume, but until we don't speak, it is not beneficial because
absolutely.
we will not be able to use the words, we will not be able to use correct
Yeah,
sentences. So
right.
that is why it is very important to start speaking.
Absolutely. Hello,
So,
Rajni.
good evening, how are you?
Good evening. I am absolutely great. Everything is going fine. How about you?
I'm doing well as well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you to you too. So, how's your English Yaari sessions coming along?
It's going well, but it's been, I think, 10 days. I could not book any session with English Yaari.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Today only I booked one session and I have booked one session for Saturday. And
Okay.
for 10 to 12 days, I could not book any session.
Okay. Yeah, happens.
But
Life
it is very
happens.
beneficial. It is very, very beneficial. When we talk to the tutors, after every session, I feel that I have actually learned something.
Okay, so nice. That's glad. I'm really glad to know that. Yeah, speaking does impact our learning definitely, because a lot of learners they just read and consume content, but they don't speak. So that impacts their practice and speaking capabilities definitely. So I always suggest that you can speak, you must speak as much as possible so that you gain that fluency, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no matter how much content we consume, but until we don't speak, it is not beneficial because
absolutely.
we will not be able to use the words, we will not be able to use correct
Yeah,
sentences. So
right.
that is why it is very important to start speaking.
Absolutely. It's like any other skill, right? If I want to, I'm bad at cooking, but I know theoretically the recipes, but unless I start cooking, I will not gain that expertise and my dish will not turn out really good
Hmm.
unless I cook
Yes.
that dish multiple times, right?
Yeah, it
It's,
happens. It is with every skill.
yes.
I was also not very good at cooking, but during Corona, I learned so many things. And when I started, initially, when I made dosa, I made cake. Yeah, it didn't turn out well. But after making them several times, then I started making as the professional people make.
Wow, yeah, that is what it is about any skill. You need that practice. You can't
Practice.
just read the recipe and watch YouTube, somebody explaining the recipe and the cooking. You can do that many times, but unless you actually get into the real activity of cooking, you cannot become an expert. Same with any other skill, right? Okay, so we are going to speak about cars, four-wheeled something, my four-wheeled, what is
Hmm.
that? Yeah. So are you somebody who loves cars, you love driving, or you are somebody who likes to be driven? What kind of person are you?
I like cars because if we have to go somewhere, a car is a very convenient option.
Hmm.
But these days, because roads are jam packed with traffic, so and where I live in a very congested area. So
Oh,
going on cars is not a better option. It is always better to ride through your bike.
oh, so bike is a much more convenient option as you
Yes.
can, make your way and navigate your way through the
Hmm.
congested roads, right? So
Yeah,
do
we can just, when we see that there is a traffic jam in front of us, then we can just change our way and we can turn to some streets and
yes.
and navigate through.
Right, right. That's definitely an advantage, unlike a car where you get stuck in traffic and it can be quite frustrating, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And you stay in Delhi, Gurgaon, somewhere on the north? No.
I live in Ludhiana,
Okay,
Punjab.
Ludhiana. So Punjab, right? And the main metros like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, that those cities are known for their terrible traffic. right, during peak hours. I think Mumbai is one of the cities which has the worst kind of traffic congestion, especially during peak hours. So people prefer to take public transport, but then that again is too crowded because the population of our cities are, you know,
Country.
skyrocketing. Yeah, so it becomes difficult. Commuting is something which is difficult in major metros, but government is also building new roads. Infrastructure is being developed, especially in Mumbai and Delhi, with flyovers, coastal roads, metros, right? So what is your opinion about public transport? Do you think it is good enough? Maybe you can speak about your city, that is it good enough? Do you think it's not really enough? There's more to be done. Speak about that.
If I talk about public transport, then I don't think that it is good enough in my city.
Huh.
Here you can see a lot of auto rickshaws. 50% of the traffic has been increased by the auto rickshaws.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
that is also a major concern. So here people don't prefer to go by buses or taxis more. They prefer to go, the middle class people, they
Hmm.
prefer to go through auto rickshaws.
Okay. So they prefer auto. So for the middle class, auto is a very convenient and maybe economical option as well, right?
It
We
is,
can say
yes, it
that.
is economical, but the roads are very congested due to autos.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. So autos is a major problem in your city, but people do not opt for your public transport, buses and all.
People use buses very less in
Oh,
comparatively to the autos.
okay. Very rarely. Okay.
Yes,
And
because
do,
buses have a fixed time.
huh?
Uh, every 1 hour or every 2 hour buses comes,
Yeah.
but they can take our auto anytime.
Right. Right. And
It can be it
yeah.
can be available at any corner of the street.
Okay, it's quite quick and convenient because you
Yes.
just have to hail an auto and immediately you get it. Whereas for a bus, you have to match the timeline of the bus, wait for the bus, probably. That could be a problem,
We
right?
have to first go to the bus stand and then only we can
Yeah,
get on the bus. But in case of auto, we can get the auto anytime from
okay,
anywhere.
okay. So that's a convenient mode of transport for most people, right? Okay.
Yes.
And do you drive?
I drive, but because of the crowd, I don't want to drive. I usually want to drive in the early hours of the
Okay.
day
Hmm.
when roads are not very occupied with the traffic. That is a more reliable option. If I have to go somewhere, then if we have to go somewhere far away from our place, then also we prefer to go at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning because at that time roads are completely empty and it
Yeah.
is very easy to drive at that time.
And it's a delight to drive at that hour because there's no traffic and you can just enjoy the drive, right? Because in traffic then you're constantly brake and wait for the traffic congestion to ease. So driving is not pleasurable, but early morning when the roads are completely free of traffic, it's a delight, right?
Yeah, and it's time saving too.
Yeah.
If, for example, if you have to go to Himachal Pradesh, it
Hmm.
takes from here, it takes 4 hours or 5 hours.
Hmm.
But if we leave from our home early morning, then we can reach in 3 hours.
Wow. Yeah. So then you gain that time and you can spend more time at your destination rather than spending time traveling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can understand this. So any road trip which has been memorable recently or in the past?
Yes, we had gone to Himachal Pradesh, Dharamshala, Maklotganj by
Yeah.
car.
Huh.
And it was the most memorable trip. And as I said that we always prefer to leave early in the morning. That time
Okay.
also we did the same, and we left from home at 5:30 or maybe 5:45, and we managed to reach there at 9 in
Wow.
Dharamshala.
Oh, so you got the full day. Otherwise, you would have reached in the afternoon, and half the day would have been wasted in travel, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We had the entire day to see the place.
Yeah. And how many days did you spend there?
We spent there 2 days, and third day we came back.
Okay. And did you get a chance to meet the Dalai Lama at McLeodganj?
Yes,
Yeah, you did?
uh, yes, it was a
Wow.
beautiful temple, It
Yeah,
was, yeah, it was a divine experience. I
absolutely.
can't just forget that place.
Yes, it's something which you'll forever remember. It's a lifetime memory and memorable, place and experience, I guess. And meeting Dalai Lama is like out of this world kind of an
Yes,
experience, right?
yeah.
Wow, lucky you.
So,
Right.
have you ever visited that place?
I haven't been to McLeodganj. I have it on my bucket list. Though I have trekked and traveled in the Himachal many times. I've been on treks, but unfortunately, I haven't visited McLeodganj yet. It's on my list, maybe soon, because Himachal
So,
is one of my favorite places.
so how do you know about that place? Like you were saying as if you have already visited it.
No, no, I know about the place because I read a lot and I love traveling. So I
Okay.
research a lot about places, which are the places and what are things to do around there. So I like to do that, and then I make a bucket list of which are the places which I want to visit. So yeah, it's there on my list. That is why. Yeah, okay, and it's definitely a beautiful place, small town but very pristinely
A very
uh, beautiful.
very peaceful place. It's a
Yes.
very peaceful place. When we go there, we just want to stay there for a long time. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time to
Yeah.
stay there for 2, 3 days.
You must have
Yeah,
gone over the
we stayed.
weekend.
Yeah, we went there on Friday, and on Friday we stayed at the Dharamshala
Huh.
in a hotel. And after that, the next day we went to Chamanda Devi. There also we stayed for a day,
Hmm.
and and then at night we went to McLeodganj.
Ganj. Huh. Yeah. So I've visited Shimla, Manali. I've been on treks, multiple treks, but I don't know. I never ended up visiting Dharamshala or McLeodganj. Maybe soon, hopefully. Right? Okay. I'll give you some terms, Rajni, which is related to road trips and cars and automobiles. So just let me know whether you're aware of the terms. Okay. I'm sure you must have heard of these terms. The first one is backseat driver.
Backseat
Huh.
driver. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Backseat driver is someone who just sit at the back seat and enjoy the ride.
No. So backseat part is correct, but backseat driver means somebody who's sitting. Backseat does not necessarily mean in the backseat, but he is sitting not in the driver's seat. But that person constantly gives advice. Arey, turn this way, do this, and why are you doing this? So it's actually like he or she is driving,
He is the
but
driving.
this happens especially with husbands, and they say कि अरे ये टर्न नहीं लेना था, ऐसे
Hmm.
क्यों किया, वैसे क्यों किया. So somebody who is giving you instructions from the next seat or the back seat, that is a backseat driver. Okay, that is a term generally used when somebody is constantly telling you while you are driving. Okay, that can also be used in different context. Sorry.
They keep guiding throughout the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it can also be used in another context, different context, when somebody is guiding you to do something, not necessarily driving, but in a different context, when somebody is giving you instructions or suggestions, you can also use this term. But typically, it is used with driving. Okay, and road rage. I'm sure we have all come across this term.
Road rage.
Rage, RAGE, road rage.
Road rage.
What is the
Means a
meaning of
lot of
rage?
rage means angry.
Angry. Rage means anger. Okay, so road
Angry.
rage means your violent, angry behavior when you are driving. It typically happens somebody overtakes and there is a fight and somebody just touches, scrapes through your car. So something violent behavior while on the road or driving. So that is road rage. We see that a lot in cities.
Yes,
You
yes. Hmm.
provoke another driver and the driver comes and starts shouting and yelling. So it is, anger while you are driving because of some other driver's actions. That is called
Mm.
as road rage. Some people end up fighting and hitting people and all that.
Yes, yes. Every time we go out, we can see these things.
Yeah, yeah.
However, I am not one that would start fighting on small things. I am a very peaceful person, but I get to see these such things whenever I go out.
Yes, it happens, and quite a lot at peak hours in cities. We see that a lot because people are already frustrated at the end of the day, and they are stuck in traffic, so they are, quite irritated as it is. And then somebody overtakes or gives a wrong signal, and then all hell breaks loose. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Another term is carpool.
Carpool. Carpool means to share the taxi with someone else, to
Yeah,
share
absolutely.
our car or taxi with someone
Yeah.
else.
So mostly your own personal vehicle. You will. What happens is if multiple people are going to a common destination, you do not drive your own vehicle. Like four people, they will not drive four different vehicles. What they'll do, one person's vehicle, they will just
Share.
share, and they will travel. That typically happens in most cities. In Mumbai, we do that when we are all colleagues driving from the same place to the same office. Suppose I'm staying in a particular locality, and I'm driving to a particular locality where my office is, and there are four other colleagues who are also traveling from the same point to the same point. Then we all carpool. We go together in one vehicle, which cuts down the pollution, which expenses, because each person is not driving their own vehicle alone. So it's quite economical and reduces pollution. So carpool is something which the government also encourages, especially in cities like Delhi, where pollution goes to a very dangerous level, right? So that is carpooling. You share your car, right? Okay. Um, Another term which I would like to introduce is hit the road.
Yeah, it is more or less similar with the phrase hit the bed.
Hit the bed, huh? Like
Bed.
go to sleep, huh? Correct. Hit the
Yes.
bed is go to sleep, right?
Go to sleep.
Yeah. Hit the road
Hit
means
the
start,
road means.
leave a place or begin a journey, right?
Hmm.
So we, like you said, na, ki we like to travel early morning. So we like to hit the road early morning so that we reach our destination much before the entire world wakes up. So you can use these phrases. So these are some phrases which are related to driving. And there's another one called pit stop.
Pick stop.
Pit stop. Yeah.
Pick stop. I
PP.
haven't heard of. I
No?
haven't heard this phrase.
Okay. Pit stop is when you stop for a certain time to fuel up or to buy some snacks, or
Okay.
generally it is for fueling. It is a term
Hmm.
which is used in car racing because they use that stop to fuel the car. But we can also use it on a road trip when we stop for a short while to fill up the fuel or to buy some chota mota snacks. So we
To
had a
have
pit
some
stop.
tea or
Ah, quick one.
sometimes
Huh.
sometimes we take a stop to have some tea or some cold drink.
Yes, yes, like a short stop, not like a long one where you are for an hour or so where you are having lunch or anything like that. Pit stop usually means a short stop.
Sure.
Yeah. So on a road trip, generally you have these pit stop kind of
Yes.
stops. Okay. So those are some terms which we use while we speak about road trips or cars or vehicles. Do you have a dream car which you would like to own?
I'm not a person who has who has this kind of craze that I have to buy some expensive car or
Okay.
some expensive jewelry or I have to show off. I am not that kind of person, but still, if I have to buy a car, I would choose a car which is reliable, budget friendly, and durable. I will see all these things in a car. And if I talk about my choice, I would like to buy Varna because this
Yeah.
presently I have Indica, and I'm thinking of replacing it. And if in future if I buy a car, I would go for Varna. Hello. Yes, yes.
Huh.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, we are back. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you hear me properly? What I said?
No, I could only hear that Varna, and now I have an indica. After that, I could not hear.
Yes, I was saying that I have indica at present, and if I have to replace my old car, then I would go for Varna because it is uh, reliable and it is known for its performance. That is why.
Okay, okay,
And it
great.
looks and it looks classy.
Okay, yeah, looks also matter, right? Yeah, but you're not somebody who's like you said, you're not very typically brand conscious that I need to own so and so car so that like uh, uh,
Yes.
some
I'm a
people are.
person who I always think before spending.
So you're not really frivolous with your spending. You are very conscious, and you probably are very practical about where your money is
Yes.
being invested. Is it really worth it? Am I getting the money's worth or no? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a good way to look at spending your money, hard-earned money, especially, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Durability is something that I always look for.
Yeah.
No matter what I buy, I will always look for the thing, whether the thing is durable or not.
Hmm. So you're not somebody who likes to buy fancy stuff just because I want to show off or whatever. You're more practical in your money habits probably
Yes.
and things which you buy. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at spending money. Great. Any?
So what do you prefer if you have to buy a car? Would you like to buy some expensive stuff or
No, no, I'm absolutely the same. I'm very practical and I can't drive. Okay. I like to be driven. I don't like driving. I like to be driven. Yeah. And at the same time, yes, I'm not into fancy stuff that way. Practicality matters, durability matters. And it's more of the vehicle is an utility vehicle for me to travel from one place to another. So I do not attach a lot of brand value or show off value to it. Yes, durability matters. It has to be really worth the money I'm investing in. And I'm not really into much into cars. I don't read up about it or go deeper into it. It's just a utility thing for me. Practical thing for me. So yeah,
yes, yes.
same here.
It is always better to keep life simple.
Absolutely.
Don't
Why?
make it don't
Com-
make it very complicated.
exactly. I think we human beings complicate our life on our own. Otherwise, life is pretty simple, but we tend to complicate it. But ठीक to each person their own. That doesn't mean people who are aspiring for things which are of a different brand or expensive. It's fine. Each person has their own way of living, so it's okay,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Any questions, Rajni? It's always a pleasure talking to you.
No, I don't have any question.
Okay, there are no, I don't really have much of feedback as such. Everything is fine, everything is great. Only I added some phrases and words probably which you were not aware of. So maybe you can start using those phrases in your conversations whenever that context, right? So look at improving your vocabulary with phrases, phrasal verbs, better words. That is what I would suggest. Otherwise, things are great.
Yeah, these days I am only focusing on enhancing my vocabulary and improving my fluency. Because sometimes when I speak, I take pauses. Yeah, it's not bad to take pauses, but when there are too many pauses, then I don't feel good. So that
Huh.
is why I am trying to remove those things, and I am just working on my fluency as well as on my vocabulary.
Yeah, you're doing well. Pauses are good. At least you're not using fillers because a lot of learners use word fillers like actually, basically. It doesn't look good in a conversation, but pauses are okay. But yeah, if you feel that your pauses are too much, then maybe you can try to. But then it brings in the fact that your vocabulary has to improve and fluency has to improve. Probably. Yeah, but you're doing well. Keep it up. Okay, chalo. I'll see you then. Take care and have a good day.
Thanks a lot.
Bye
Have
bye.
a nice day.